So it's early morning and I'm about to go for a walk. Let me see if there's anyone interested in joining me. Baggy, should we have a walk? Should we go for a walk? Come on then. Hey. Dogs are always willing participants. Baggy is such a gentle giant, and it's sad to think that he was dumped in the woods several years ago. And to his great fortune, he found his way to our village and to our neighbour on top of the hill, who took him in and has been looking after him ever since. And he's one of those rare dogs that is never on a chain. He's never tied up. And he wanders around several houses at this end of the village, usually where there's an opportunity of some food. And when we are here, he tends to stay with us and is company for our dog. So we'll take a little walk now, and this is our favourite walk we do every morning. This is the part where we now follow the river. Behind me is the pontoon bridge, opened in 1974. And this is the village of Bukovlje, across the river, and the railway station, the shop, and the ironmongers, and the cafe. A new cafe's opened up. And this little path used to be a path that they took cattle along and sheep when they went to pasture. Now it stays open only by virtue of the fact that we're using it. We're the only people using it. And in summer months I often come along here with a pair of secateurs and clear the way a bit. Just to my right, this hill is known colloquially as Bukovlje, or the Turkish graveyard. Although it's unlikely that it has any connection to the Ottoman Turks. The word Turkish is just often added to make something sound old, or to describe something that is old. And there are stories of how, when people were digging to make a vineyard, three brothers had a vineyard here, and other people used to dig here to get sand as building material, that they came across human bones. And some of these bones apparently had been tied up with wire. How much truth there is, I don't know, but it's a story which is widely told in the village. Yeah. I need to do some clearing here. Spiders' webs, cobwebs. But this is probably my favourite part of the walk. This woodland here, with all these stunning rocks, limestone. They are a fantastic subject for painting. wood. And always with the river on our flank. And now we are approaching the fortified settlement that the archaeologists have been excavating every year for the past 7 or 8 years. Last year they uncovered the first of some 4 turrets that have been located. And this mound here is one turret, which they will surely excavate at some point. And this turret, this mound, is the terminus of the perimeter wall, which we can climb up on here. So this is the wall of the fortified settlement, yet to be excavated. Here is the site of another turret, and the wall continues along here. So last year when they excavated this corner, they uncovered a turret here, a tower, and within the foundations just here they found a skeleton. And they had previously employed a group of cadaver searching dogs to try and locate the possible cemetery here, because there must have been somewhere where people buried their dead. And although the dogs identified 2 or 3 possible locations, when they did excavate them, they yielded nothing. So perhaps the archaeologists will now turn their attention to Bukovlje I, to the Turkish graveyard as called, and that might be the answer to their search. This is part of the perimeter wall. It's a phenomenal stretch of wall. Look how much there is. That space in the foreground, they suspect might have been a workshop because of the number of pieces of metal that they found there. And then behind that, that is the church, 6th century church, said to be the oldest church in the continental part of Croatia. Which is a remarkable find for this little village. You know, this is a village still without running water, with only a pontoon bridge for access. And yet there's so much history here, so much to discover. Now, where did Baggy go to? So I've arrived back home after a wonderful walk, but I've arrived on my own. Maggie has disappeared, but he'll be back. It's breakfast time, for sure.